bloody warm. Oh, I don't know whether there's anybody there or not, because I'm looking on here and it's not showing me anything. That's useless. Well, if anybody can see me, you'll have to let me know in these comments. Let me have a look at that screen again. Well, that says I'm live. Okay. How bizarre. It would be nice to be able to see on here what's going on. Oh, it's doing something. Oh, there I am. Oh, it's doing something. Oh, there I am. Turn down. Oh, my neck. That was nearly close, weren't it? Oh, how is everybody? I am freaking boiling. Oh, I thought Margaret might have got a handy phone holder there. Or maybe that'll work. It's amazing what MG thought of when they did this. Well, look at that. Maybe that works. Look at that. I don't know whether you can see it on there. No, you can't really. So, greetings. Welcome to Thursday in flipping roasting hot land, where I am literally boiling. And yeah, I have literally just nearly dropped a wheel on my head, which was fun. I'm trying to hide these BRM wheels out of the way, and I'm trying to stick them up on roof, and one of them decided that it weren't going to stay up there and wanted to come back down again, so I had to kind of push it out of the way so it didn't hit bike, and it bounced off a garage door. That was fun. So yes, hello, hope everybody is well. I'm very uncomfortable sat here. Let me just raise this camera a little bit. Maybe that'll be better. I'll have a look on this picture here in a second. Oh, that's a bit better, isn't it? It's a little bit better. So how is everybody? Hope everybody is having a good day. It is Thursday, also known as flipping too hot day. I am roasting my nuts off. I'm dripping with sweat. I were going to go and get a glass of wine, but I've opted for Ribena, really watered down Ribena instead, because it's just too warm. And I'm up at 5 in the morning again. It's going to work. So, yeah, greetings. Hope everybody's having a good time. I've not got any particular agenda for this plan. I just thought I was feeling a bit meh about the whole YouTube community thing. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to cheer myself up by doing a live and speaking to some nice people, some people that have got nice things to say to each other and nice outlooks on life and stuff. So welcome one and all, and let me have a look at some of these comments and see who's here. Sure, let's go back up to chap. So we've got Pingu Concord, greetings. We have got Everything Cars. Is that Jaden? I think I always forget. Rob from Beards and Bangers is here. Hello, Rob. Hope you're doing well. And I don't know whether people have noticed, but Rob has got a new channel as well now. It's a cooking channel. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. You'll have to tell me. Is it Beards and Bakes or something? I can't remember, Rob. You'll have to pop it in the comments. I apologise. Pingu again is here. Simone is here. Hey up, Simone. Hope you're all right. How's your Thursday been? And is your shed back to being messy again? Because once I clear this end at garage out, it normally takes about a day or two before it's chaos. Ali Mac's here. Greetings, Ali Mac. And I assume he's managed to sort of untrap himself from under an Audi to join on YouTube, unless he's still under an Audi and he's on YouTube. So there we go. That guy from SETI Alpha 5, which I think is Barry, is that right? Honestly, I'm going to forget. I don't know why I'm asking. Ivor Howard is here. Greetings, Ivor. And that's the bottom. So I did notice there was a question from Jaden, I think, / Everything Cars. Simon, what do you use to edit your videos? Well, as you know, I'm a tight arse Yorkshireman, so anything that's free is always a benefit to me. And there's a program called OpenShot. It's a free software. It's quite good. It takes some getting used to how you do certain things on it. So there's like certain automatic things like fades and volume adjust and stuff, but there's also ways you can manually do them and make them more interesting. So I don't know whether you've seen the crankcases thing with a crumpet rotating and the two faces rotating, and then it goes into the screen and comes out and it's got letters on it. That's the sort of thing you can do manually, but there's sort of just automatic fades and stuff it does on its own. But because it's free, it's quite worthwhile getting, even if it's got a couple of bugs. My computer, I think at first it was fine for what I was doing, because I was just cutting and pasting and that's about it. When I started doing fancy stuff on it, it's getting a bit creaky, so I might need to upgrade my computer soon to be able to carry on doing wacky stuff. Yeah, but yeah, open. I'm sure it's OpenShot. It's open something anyway. Pretty sure it's OpenShot. Yeah, it's OpenShot. Just Google it and you'll get a download from there. And as I say, it's free, and they do keep on top of like patches and updating it. Oh, that guy from ZT Alpha 5 is laid up in bed with allergies, so he won't be on long. Well, it's nice for you to join us anyway. Ali Mac says, not British if you don't complain about the weather. That is exactly true. But I think, that, to be honest, I hate the heat. I'm not too fussed about the cold, but my ideal weather is sort of like 15, 16, 17 degrees, overcast but not raining. So you don't get direct sunlight, and you've got a nice warm breeze is all right. That's like the perfect motorcycling weather. So you're not getting blinded, you're not getting baked anytime you stand still. It's not so hot that like you're just baking, but it's not cold that you, as soon as you set off, you start dropping your body temperature. So that's my ideal weather. Oh, Ali Mac, you'll be able to answer this question. I was watching a channel called Safi Sprocket, and she's been doing, is it the North Coast 500 run? And one of the things that she commented about was how many midges they are, and I didn't realise that was a thing. I didn't realise it was. Apparently in Scotland, there's loads of midges around this time of year. So is that a thing? And if it is, why are they all in Scotland? Why aren't they all down in England? What else have we got? Pingu Conco says, keep hydrated, young man. I will indeed. Thank you, Pingu. And Simone says, hi, everyone. Well, hi, everyone to Simone. Bangers and Bakes, that's it. So Rob's cooking channel is Bangers and Bakes. And as it says, his cooking channel, there's already a video on there. And I don't know whether, I assume it's a new video, not a redo of the old one. Although if that's what it is, that's what it is. But yeah, Bangers and Bakes. And the first video is Bangers and Mash. Rob says it's not fully functional yet, but thank you for the shout out. You're welcome. Pingu says, is it a soupy channel? I'm not going to do a soupy channel, but there is a soupy playlist. Obviously, all the soup reviews have their own playlist on my channel. Ali Mike confirms he's not been under an Audi, but he's been under an L200. Well, similar-ish, maybe. Simone says, Sheddy's still tidy. I haven't touched the welder yet, as I need to replace the extension cable to the house. Plus, I'm sweating like a pig in a slaughterhouse. It is super warm. It's like, honestly, I'm still concerned about them wheels. I think when I've done this, I'm going to take them down again. I've got too many wheels for how much room I've got. I need to get rid of them MG wheels if I'm getting rid of a car. Oh, I could put me back a Henny, couldn't I? You pudding. Why are they in here? You could just put me back. What a numpty. But yeah, it is too warm for welding. Unless you've got one of them chairs where you sit back on it and you pull a chain and you get covered in water. But that might not be the best thing when you're welding, to have water around, maybe. Maya's here and he says evening. And yeah, he's correct, it is. Ali Mac says you would love Scotland then, Simon. Yeah, I to be honest, me and Julie have neither have ever been to Scotland. but it's on our list of places to go sooner rather than later. And I do get a feeling that I would actually like to live in Scotland. Yeah. I don't know whether it's affordable, but there we go. Waffle Butties for year of the tour. What year of the Streetwise 24? Didn't somebody mention this? It was Rob yesterday, weren't it? So I was thinking about that, and it would definitely be a thing that we could do. Is like have basically like a little. But basically, when we're going to shows next year, we're going to be going as the year of the Streetwise thing, obviously. So there's going to be a little contingency. There's going to be at least 2 Streetwise and me. So if I'm taking Henny, which I'll probably will, hopefully she can be an honorary Streetwise, because what I'll do is I'll take a table and some chairs and I'll get like a little camping stove thing. And what we can do is we can make like little waffle butties if you want. So they'd just be little tiny potato waffles with, I don't know, cheese and ham in them or something. But yeah, somebody mentioned branding. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you like little rice paper things, or even just making a stencil and then just sprinkling paprika over the top where it says, I don't know, Yachts 24 or something. So that's a good thing. We need to keep that in the chat, Pingu, Rob and Matt. Ideas for foodies. Why do they call little burgers sliders, by the way? It always puts me off wanting to eat them when something's called a slider. Sounds a bit weird. Rob says, midges love me. They all kiss me. Well, I think that's a kiss. Yeah, could be. Yeah, Pingu. Waffle Butt is the official snack of this year of the Streetwise. Oh, okay. Rob confirms that the video that's on his cooking channel is the one that he did for the Bangers of Mass challenge earlier. Simone says, we've had midges down here too, being bitten by little sods already. I've not seen any. I mean, mainly because I don't go out anywhere, but there we go. And Matt confirms Waffle Butties for life. Shouldn't that be buddies? Waffle Buddies for life. Although then we've got butt buddies in it. Alan Matt says, there are midges, but not when it's hot or a breeze of wind. No midges in October right the way to late. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that Safi Sprocket channel, she is one for making a big deal out of nothing. So honestly, she's like, I started watching her because she had some interesting sort of bike rides out, and she'd do like drone shots and then on bike footage, and then she'd talk over where she were and stuff, and it was quite interesting. But then it kind of just changed into like she'd go on little adventures for like she'd go away camping for a day or two, and then there'd always be a bit where she'd burst into tears because there was some inconvenience, and then there were just like shots of her with tears streaming down her face, and they were like, oh, this is too much drama. Too much drama, just get on your bloody bike. And she did stupid things like, what was she did? She was always doing daft things like, she lost like this really expensive GoPro that she got because she didn't fasten it to a bike properly, or she broke a pannier locks because they were frozen and she tried to prise them open with a spoon or something. Something equally silly. Rob says Waffle Butties sliders with rice paper logos. See, the rice paper bit kind of puts me off. Like, it's all right on a bun. So yeah, we could have Year of the Streetwise buns with rice paper bits on the top. But when it's on something hot, I'm not sure how that would pan out. Oh, Pingu says, oh my God. But my neck, it's all jumped across and I didn't even notice. Right, where did we get? Pingu says you can use one of my streeties for events if you want. That'd be cool, Pingu. But aren't you like a million miles away? In Kent-ish, that kind of area. Which I think I'm actually planning on a trip down to your end of the country at some point. So I just need to work out logistics. But I might pop in for a cuppa. Oh, Judge has changed the name back, so it's not Julie anymore, and it's not. I can't remember what other nonsense you've had, but she's back to Judge. Yes, let's move to Scotland, she shouts. Also, hello, beautiful people. I'm watching but attending a support chat somewhere else too. So it's lovely to see friendly people here. And then she puts loads of symbols up, which I think one's a sea lion and one's a shell, a flag, a peace sign, and then a peace dove, and then a peace symbol, and then a heart. And that first one won't show me. And then Matt talks to Pingu, and then Simone asks, and we'll open this up to the floor because she's put a picture on Facebook. Did you notice anything about my yacht sticker? Now I didn't. I didn't. You have to. Anybody notice? If not, Simone will have to tell us. Matt confirms that Scotland is a beautiful place, and I don't doubt it for a second. Rob says that Bram, which is Rob's BRM, which if you've ever wondered if a BRM would make a good modern classic daily, then you should definitely avoid my video that's called a BRM, does it make a good modern classic daily, because I completely ignore anything to do with reviewing and just chat. Oh yeah, I'm beginning to cool down a bit now. Now that I don't think I'm in such imminent danger, although there is a wheel above my head. If suddenly the wheel squishes me, then I apologise. Well, this picture looks terrible on this phone. I hope it's all right on that phone. I should really open garage door. That might help. It's a bit noisy outside. I mean, it might not help. Oh no, it's too noisy. Oh my god. Oh god. Help. We're having all sorts of technical problems. Hang on. I nearly got taken out by a light. Right, let's close this door up again. Because that obviously didn't help, did it? And let's not blind myself with this. Right, where's my nail gone? Which one did I put it on? Anyway. My God, what a day! Honestly, I'll be lucky if I survive today. Honestly, wheels dropping on my head, lights dropping on my head. Oh, my angina! Right, what are we doing? None of the cities like back home in Inverness or out on Loch Ness. Okay, well, then I will not let midges put me off going to Scotlandio. Rob says, maybe rather than rice paper, we could grind rust from a Streetwise and stencil that over the waffle butte. Iron is good for everyone. That is true, or we could just use paprika. Maybe that's what paprika Streetwisers have got on them, paprika. Ali Mack is currently holidaying in his static caravan on the west coast. It's part of the NC 500, and they haven't had any midges. Well, maybe Safi's brought them here. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, we need Jeopardy. Release the midges. Cry about it, boo-hoo. I'm only jealous because she's one of those channels that started. Obviously, everybody starts off with Minerva viewers, but she's a fairly young, long blonde-haired lady that's doing a typically man hobby, really, motorcycling and touring. And obviously she gets like a bazillion, thousand, million subs and gets picked to be on the YouTuber up and coming program, which meant she did like a bit of a little tour around Europe for charity, but she got a ferry booking upgraded. She got to go to MotoGP Have we lost everything? Right, can everybody still hear me? Or have we gone? I think my microphone's run out of power. You have to tell me if you can still hear me. Right, I'm going to put that there while I'm going to put this in its little case. And then I'll come back in a second. Should help me still there. Should still be able to hear me from there. Maybe this needs charging up. I mean, I ain't charged it up for ages, so we shall see. Right, are we back up and running? Can people hear me again? Glencoe is about 8 miles from me where I am in Inverness. I'm sure I've been through Glencoe. I'm just trying to read through where I am. Let me know at the bottom of the comments if you can hear me now. Oh, cool, right, wicked. No Pingu, I've got Boaty's. Well, this is actually the same mic that I bought Boaty that he broke, and this is the better sounding one of the two. But I've left it in the garage for ages because I just normally use it when I'm recording bits and pieces, and I never thought I had charged it up for maybe like 2 months. So yeah, the box probably needs charging up, but it's fairly quiet. You can hear me anyway, hopefully. Simone, make a Waffle Butty film. You know what? I've got an idea. I'm going to screenshot that. I don't know why I'm screenshotting it on this. We could have Waffle Butty Productions. What if? I mean, this is a general. You know what? Fuck it, this live is just chatting, and I'm not keeping anything secret. Anything. They don't need to be any secrets and stuff, is they? Yeah. What if when we're filming the Streetwise stuff, guys? What if we have it Waffle Butty Productions, and maybe we have a zone, a separate. Nah, that'd be silly because we need people to be able to watch it. Yeah, well, Waffle Butty Productions. I'll get on it. Matt's on with his property thing. Ivor Howard says, have you dyed your hair to cover up grey hairs? No, I've still got grey hairs. I just dyed it pink and blue as per normal, Ivor. I don't know whether you've been around long enough to notice that. Oh, Simone says Simon needs a purple beard. Honestly, I can't stand dyed coloured beards. It's really not a thing for me at all. I can't stand it. Rob says I can hear you now, but there was a long pause, like a giant cat blessed your microphone. No, it's alright, Judge. I'm alright without it. As long as I remember to charge it up. I mean, it's flashing. I should have known it needed charging. That is true, Pingu. You do. You need to be taught the correct Waffle Butty recipe and display sequence. Catch you later, guy from Set Alpha 5. You'll not see me on Boaty stream because, well, there's a couple of reasons. The main one is I'll be in bed by then. Well, I hope everybody's having fun. I've got some topics, even though I said I was going to do some topics. But the first question, actually, I'm going to ask, and as I said nearer the start of the, why do MGs have to be so smooth? I just want to hook my phone into you. How is everybody? What's everybody? How are you feeling? And how are you feeling about the whole YouTube community thing? I mean, maybe I'm coming at it from from a slightly different angle, being a creative person and a viewy person. I don't know, but just lately things just seem to have feel a bit flat. So I'm kind of adjusting. I'm adjusting my stance and my direction a little bit with regards to not only creating stuff. I'm making some adjustments to that for no other reason than to get some bloody subscribers coming in. As soon as I'll be happy once I hit 500. My main goal is to hit 1,000. Once I've done that, I'll be happy, and everything else can just roll from there. It's just a goal. It's not even a goal so I can get loads of money out of it. 'Cause I'm not going to make loads of money, but I just want to achieve that thing that other people have achieved. I feel I should be able to achieve that. So that's one thing I'm changing. But I'm also changing my YouTube viewing habits as well. I've got into a bit of a rut of just doing what I normally do, which is because I've got an admin job and I'm not on phones anymore. I can kind of on Wednesdays and Thursdays, it's easy for me to just stick replays or live streams on if I don't catch it first time round, and just spend my time watching them. And there's just been a few things in some live streams recently that have just winding me up a bit. So negativity out of your life, that's what I'm practicing at the moment. Getting rid of that negativity and yeah, just doing what I want. I might even go through my subs and get rid of loads that I don't even watch anymore. I'm sure I've got like over 150 subs, and I only ever watch the same sort of 3 or 4. Obviously, I watch Beards and Bangers because Rob does some amazing videos and he's got some amazing cars. And obviously, I watch Simone's stuff because me and Simone have got pretty close likes and dislikes, and we're both into bikes and cars. And I still need to decide which car I'm taking down south. Let me know, Simone, if there's a car you'd prefer me to bring down south. Yeah, I mean, I've got all 3 I can use. I was considering coming down on bike, but there's going to be too much for me to carry in a backpack. And it'd be hours and hours and hours. Yeah, and there's various other YouTube channels that I like watching. But yeah, I think I'm going to tone down on some. And yeah, I've kind of, this is like a heart-to-heart thing. And I apologise because you've not asked me to go through any of this stuff, but I'm quite looking forward to reading your comments to see if you've got any opinions. Yeah, another thing that being at band practice yesterday kind of highlighted to me again is that I seem to be spending all my time doing YouTube type stuff and preparing and watching and stuff. I've not done music for ages. Like there were a couple of demos I started, and in my mind it's like, oh, it was like 2 or 3 months ago. It was like a year ago. Like literally just before I started doing this YouTube thing, and then since then everything's just sort of been on a pause. So I need to get back into that. So I need to be more regimented. There's a few things I need to start doing for my YouTube channel to get those subs up. I need to get back into doing music, so I'm more more able when we actually start recording stuff again. Yeah, just generally doing things for me, not for other people. I think that's a good thing in life, isn't it? Do stuff for yourself, not necessarily for other people, because you can only put yourself second for so long before it starts having a terrible effect. But yeah, let me know what you guys feel about the community, and is there any particular channels you do like, any particular features of channels that you like? Obviously, I'm going to ask you for feedback because I want to know what people want to watch. Yeah, don't tell me what you think I've done that's wrong, or don't tell me the things that you think I do that's brilliant. Just tell me what kind of things you watch on other channels. What's like I mentioned lives. A live something that you generally watch rather than a video? Because my idea is to do a live every Monday or Tuesday. Probably Monday, and do a quiz. I might start doing 2 lives a week. Yeah, like Monday and Friday or something. Although I'm doing this one on Thursday. Don't ask me, I just work here. Right, where did we get to? Where did we get to? Matt says, never mind your questions, you just offered us topics. Give us your hazelnuts and nougat covered in chocolate, you scoundrel. You're not having my topics, they're mine. Get your own. Pingu says, I've ordered the Black Monks to rectify the heat situation, but it may take a couple of days to take effect across the whole country. That's fully acceptable. Good. Simone says she doesn't mind. She's happy with any car. Cool. If I'm going for pure practicality, I'll just take Civic because it's the most modern one. If I'm going for being able to carry stuff around, I'll take Henny. She's kind of cool on motorway. And if I'm going for, if I've still got Margaret by then, I might be tempted to take Margaret for one last blast round country. In fact, I need to order a alternator belt. And Simone says, well done for hitting 300. Thank you very much, Simone. It takes a while, doesn't it? So tiring. Matt says, I totally agree, Simon. Taking care of yourself is important. Now enough about you. How's my spoiler? I'll show you in a sec. Rob says, I certainly think ploughing your own furrow is a good thing to do. You have your style and it works for you. Don't worry about stuff, they're growing and it will increase. It is true. Simone says, I like abandoned car vids, like when they're pulled from a barn, woodland or stuck in the ground. Yeah, I've noticed Sheldon keeps doing them and they're alright, but the idea of doing them to me is, well, I couldn't do them because I don't have enough contacts to, I think, from memory Sheldon's got quite a few followers, hasn't he? So he's going to have an infinitely larger pool than I have, for example, to pull info from people. There's a big spider over there. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think, yeah, because, what's his name? From Late Break Show, he does a series of barn find videos, doesn't he? So they are popular. Matt says he was only joking. Well, I can show it you anyway. It's just, you've seen it before. I'll go and fetch it and you can have a look. But I do have some topics. So I'll tell you a topic or two as well. So while I'm going to fetch Matt's spoiler, what's the best? Oh, excuse me. What's the best mod to do to a car, and why? So would you modify? If you're going to pick one, would you modify the power, the comfort, or the aesthetics? What would you modify? Tell me. I demand you tell me. Right, I'm just going to go and grab your spoiler, Matt. Oh my god, it's like walking through a maze. Bear in mind, folks, this has only had 3 layers of lacquer on it and light layers at that. But there's no patchiness that I can see anymore. In fact, it looks nicer now. Now it's dried off than I remember it doing. I don't know whether you can see. There we go. Let me know if that lives up to your expectations, Matt. I think I should put another couple of layers of lacquer on it there and then, well, flatten it back and then do that. Oh, it's very inconvenient having cars in a garage. Oh look, I can see that spoiler on that picture there. It looks alright on that video, doesn't it? It looks quite shiny. It's not super shiny though. It's not super shiny yet. Let's have a look where we got up to. We've got loads of comments coming through now. Oh, Pingu now then. Maybe some music making vids would bring a new group of subs to your channel. That is a good point. Although I do already have my music channel, it's just I haven't done anything on there other than already produced videos, so I've not done any how-tos. But one of the things I was thinking of doing on this channel, which might be an interesting thing to try to see if anything comes through, is refinishing a guitar. I've got a Les Paul style guitar that I'm gonna refinish. It's not going to be a big project. It's literally just taking it to bits, flattening it top down, spraying it satin black, putting some sort of glitter over the top, and then putting it back together again. So it's not going to be a massive video. I could probably do it in an hour all told. But yeah, I'll try that actually. And then the music making ones, I could do. Yeah, I could use that as a sort of, I'll make just a track or two to use in videos, and I can show you how I'd go about recording the track. So yeah, the problem with making stuff like music making videos is a lot of it is it's very screen intensive. Like the recording bit kind of sometimes the smallest part of it, and everything else is like the mixing and bit. So yeah, I'd have to have a think about it. I could have a crack at least. But yeah, good idea, Pingu. Thank you. Matt says spoiler alert. Yeah, exactly. Stephen S. Paul's here. Oh, Stephen S. Paul, hope you're all right. Matt says comfort. I don't know why Matt says comfort. Rob says, I also think the concept of community channels is too vague. Anyone who makes videos about cars is part of the car community, but we can't know them all or get to know them all. That is true. That is true. And I think part of it as well is if you're going to have a community thing, everybody's got to be willing to put the same amount of effort in. Yeah. Otherwise, all it ends up being is sort of one or two people being like really into the idea and sort of like arranging meetups and and communicating regularly with different people and sort of doing joint videos and stuff like that. And then other people just use the buzzword community and it kind of, yeah, I think what I'm saying is it can mean one thing to one person and something to someone else. It can be more of a branding exercise to some people, and then they just run on the coattails of the people that are actually doing the legwork. So yeah, I agree with that. I think we've got a pretty good little community going between not only the YouTube creators, but there's I think you know what I'm on about, Rob. I think we've got quite a good little core group that don't necessarily advertise the fact that there's a core group there, but it's just that everybody gets on with everybody and gets each other involved with stuff, and we enjoy that kind of thing. Whereas I think sometimes if you're trying to aim for a community sort of concept, maybe sometimes it feels a bit stretched to people because it's not generally what we want to be part of. Maybe I don't know. It's tricky. It's a tricky one to say. Community can mean one thing to one person and something to someone else. So, but it's worth thinking about. Okay, so Pingu is. Oh, I've just realised what you were on about there, Matt. When Matt said comfort, it was answering my topic question. So Matt would improve the comfort over the power and the looks, which makes sense because comfort is an important thing to Matt. Yeah. And then Pingu had an answer. Pingu would improve the induction roar and brakes. So you kinda. Yeah, doesn't really fit into credit card, does it? Yeah, induction roar to me is always a big one. Cause my dad's had a few Lotus twin cams and they sound gorgeous with them. Is it Delaroto or something? Carbs on them.
They're really throaty and they sound really nice. So that's the kind of thing that I'd like. But you can't really get the same sort of thing out of injection, can you? Not unless you've got a big trumpet near your head. Matt says, this is not a tea shelf, people. And then he says, wow. And then he says, looks fantastic. Good. I'm glad you're impressed. Yeah, that patch, but before when I put the lacquer on, there were a patch and a scratch and stuff. I've got rid of it now. And I've still got some blue paint left, so we can do them side bits and get them sorted out. What were we going to say? Yeah, so a few more coats of lacquer until I'm totally satisfied that it's protected enough, and then we'll arrange to get it fitted on and stuff. I'm just praying that light in it works. I'm just praying. If not, we'll sort something out, even if it's getting another light from somewhere. Or because I don't know whether the one that's on the Streetwise spoiler normally fits on the same as. They seem to. I don't even understand how they fit on. There seems to be 3 different types, and I can't find anywhere that tells you how to take them off. Because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to take that one off, so I didn't have to mask it up. Where are we? Simone says, grab a cushion too. That stool looks uncomfortable. It's supposed to be a plant stand. It's quite comfy. It's quite squidgy, but it's just the right height. For when I were working on Henny's bumper, it's just the right height to be sat down. What I should do, I think is it Machine and Mart. I think you can get and you should get one of these as well, Simone. If you've got a floor that's smooth, you can get a creeper, so it lies flat like that. But then you can fold it up into a little stool, so it's ideal for working on underneath the cars, or if you're working on your bike as well. I might try and get one of them when I'm not in minus money in my savings again. Pingu says, well done, you haven't spoilt it. Not this time. Matt says, way beyond my expectations. If it was left to me to do it, then it would have been matte blacks and sprayed straight over the green without any priming or sanding. It'd have probably worked with matte black. You can't really go wrong with matte black. To be honest, it covers and it doesn't need to have a shine on it. So there you go. But yeah, I think it'll look nice when it's on your car, that. And hopefully it'll not just, all paint won't just fall off as soon as a twig hits it or something. Simone says, does Skick not watch your channel? Sometimes. I don't know whether he's maybe a bit annoyed about what happened before. I hope not. My aim's never to annoy people, but if I think someone's speaking out of turn, I'm not going to not say anything. I don't like confrontation, but I don't like people being confrontational either. Where are we? Everything's moved again. Oh, here we go. Matt, Pingu, it was a terrible condition with dark green when I gave it to him. Can't believe the difference. It is still a bit. There's still. Well, start again, Simon. There's still some marks in it because that filler primer didn't get rid of all of them. But yeah, it looks far better than when we got it. Cause I'm sure it were a different colour and somebody sprayed it green or something. There were other colours in it when I started rubbing it down. It was weird. It was like a marble. Where are we? Rob says, as far as live goes, it's each to their own. However, having a few weeks without doing one, coming back last night gave me fresh eyes. It's good having fresh eyes. They're far better than tin dyes, I find. Tin dyes are sort of, they've only got a partial eye flavour to them. And they always sort of absorb the juices that they have to be kept in. Whereas if you get fresh eyes, they're nice and plump and quite rich tasting. Pingu says, Top Gear style road trip challenges with your own car of choice and other YouTubers like Rob and Simone. Good call. I think there's definitely legs in an idea that I came up with ages ago. Before something else happened. That was to get a few YouTubers together. Basically, there's a guitar channel, music studio called, oh, what's it called now? Something 42. It might not even be that. Basically, there's this German guy called Henny Paul, and he's got a studio, and every year he was involved in doing like a big guitar show for, was it Washburn, I think? Like a big guitar company. And then year after, they basically got rid of him and did it themselves. So they used him to arrange this big guitar show. So saw how he arranged it all and got all his contacts and then hoofed him off it. So every year he does his own called, I'm sure it's called 42 Gear Street or something. But where his studio is, it's kind of like a little estate, and he's got his house over here, his parents' house in here. So I don't know how much of it he actually owns. But he does it's like YouTubers all get together and they do content with each other on new products and stuff like that. It's that kind of thing. It's easier doing that kind of thing where guitar and music stuff, because the stuff that you bring to you, whereas car stuff's a bit more challenging, isn't it? The bigger and more expensive. But anyway, stop waffling, Simon. My idea was that we do a similar sort of thing, like we have like a weekend in the year or 2 weekends in a year where like, I don't know, however many, not too many YouTube people. You don't want them, too many people filming. They might get sucked into each other's phones and you never see them again. Yeah, like 3 or 4, 5 or 6, however many. Just go to a place for a weekend. I mean, it doesn't have to be a massive event. It could just be everybody hires a room in a Premier Inn for a weekend, and we spend like the Saturday peeing about with each other's cars and filming. Meal stay over Saturday night, Sunday same, and then bugger off back to wherever we come from Sunday night. So something like that I think would be quite good. And it goes back to what Rob was saying earlier about the community thing. It's kind of, that to me, that's the community thing. They're putting the groundwork in and seeing people and coming up with creative ideas together. Just saying that it's a community don't really float it sometimes. Because the more followers you get, you can't know everybody, so it becomes a bigger diluted community. Then I hope that makes sense. I get paranoid that whatever I'm saying, some people could read it the wrong way and then think that I'm having a dig. Where are we? Simone says, Simone says to Pingu, yes. So if you'd be up for that, Simone, we'd have to try and work out. Oh, we all live too far away. You've got Ali Mac right up at top, and they've got Simone right down at bloody bottom. And then Rob's right near middle-ish. Or maybe I'm more central. Oh, wouldn't it be funny if my house was the epicentre and everybody had to come and meet at my house so that we didn't have to go anywhere? But we should definitely sort that, maybe like Wales would be quite a cool thing, because there's lots of open areas and roads and stuff around there. That'd be quite a good place to do it. Yeah, let's seriously think about this. Let's get some ideas. I've got, well, you've seen it on there. I've got an email address, or on my page on Facebook or whatever. Let's get some ideas together separately. Let's think about what we'd want to do, what time of year is best for doing it, whereabouts we'd want to meet up, that kind of thing. We'll try and thresh it out and see how many people are interested, how many common themes we've got, and let's try and arrange something. That'd be quite cool. Quite looking forward to that. That'd be good. I don't mind being host if we need someone to take control of it and stuff. I don't mind at all, really. Oh my God, where are we? There you go. Rob says, my view is produce 2 or 3 substantive videos per week, as you already do, but reduce the number of lives so ideas and thoughts from that content can be discussed. Even weekly lives is too much in my opinion. Okay. I think my trip with the lives, I'm going to try doing that quiz thing, not because Colin started it off, just because I think it works doing it on Kahoot. But I still want to do the thing with Colin if we do another one of those. I hope we do. It were kind of fun, but I think it works better when there's an actual system for the questions and stuff. Yeah, your real channel, Rob's, shot up from 1,000 to 3 so fast. I hope when I eventually one day get to 1,000, it does the same. Pingu says, obviously Streetwise would win any challenge. Well, obviously. Other than if it was a not being a Streetwise challenge, it couldn't pass that. Matt says, I did joint videos, but my YouTube channel and got... Yeah, I agree, Pingu, to Top Gear style challenges. I suggested meeting up and then setting different routes to a car show. Last one there buys lunch or something. It is a good idea. It's just the Top Gear challenges. Obviously, they're all set up. They're not 100% genuine. So there's like fake Jeopardy and stuff on there. Different routes there and stuff. It's a good idea, but the way I think about it is it's not the start and the end that's like the main focus, it's the meat in the middle. So I'm just trying to think what each person would be doing that's different to the other one, if that makes sense. But yeah, so it's definitely another community idea thing, and it could be one of the things that we do, if we do a meet-up, it could be a meet-up to do a 2-day challenge thing. Yeah, let's get some ideas down. There's got to have been people that have done similar sort of stuff before that we can use for inspiration and stuff. Where did we get up to? I'm hungry again. What did I have for dinner? Have I had dinner? I honestly can't remember whether I've had dinner. Oh yeah, I have had dinner. Oh my god. Matt says the car museum at Gaydon has 3 routes from East Midlands Airport on Google Maps, all around equal travel time. So that might make a decent first challenge to try. Could do. Juju says, remember the hare and the tortoise? The hare was so confident for being there faster than the tortoise, but the tortoise won by simply doing the race properly, genuinely. Boom! That is true. But I don't think any of our people that do YouTube channels are hares or tortoises, Jew. So I'm not entirely certain where you're going. Matt, that's it. Going to look up more than that. That is going to look more than nice, especially when I peek out the window to say goodnight to Hope. She sits in the moonlight. Oh, I meant to give you some business cards, Matt, so you could put one under the windscreen wiper of that 75. Next time I'm up near your house, picking you up or dropping bits off, whatever, remind me to go and stick some business cards under his window wiping thingies. Black Lines is here. Hi, hope you're doing well. Matt says, I had to fetch eyes for science when I was... You had to fetch eyes for science when I was at school. The local slaughterhouse gave me a clear bag full of them. I walked home making eye jokes but couldn't eat my beans on toast. Oh, Black Lines, did the school need more pupils? Yeah, but they were all called Iris. Where we got? Matt says, no worries, Pingu. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Can drive on a beach in Wales. That's true. That's where they used to do land speed records, I think. That might make a good video. Because it's getting near, apparently, autumn and winter, we need to start thinking about stuff that it don't have to be warm and nice for. I'm highly suspecting, Matt, that in a couple of months, every outing that we do is going to start like that one, the meetup before. Where were we going when we met up on that? Oh, it Mustard Meet, when we met up at that moor place when it was just rain. I can't even remember what it was called, that. Simone says, Simon, that's me. How far are you from Stoke-on-Trent? Stoke-on-Trent. Can't be that far from Trent. Is that the one that's near Nottingham? I don't know. My geography is rubbish. Well, just look up Barnsley. That you'll know where I am from there. Matt says, you drive in my beach, I'll go all Italian and call you the beach. I really need to tidy this garage up. It's full of mess. Matt says the challenge is each person has to pick up an item only found on their route. Scavenge challenge along the way to a show. That's quite a good one, Pingu. Yeah, there has to be ways of working it though. It has to be the kind of thing that sounds like a good idea when you come up with it, but then it's like they can fail at the details, so we'd have to think of stuff. Yeah, scavenge challenges, yeah. I mean, yeah, I've got bubbling ideas. Gareth Williams is here. Hi Gareth, hope you're doing well. Not seen you for a long time. Every time I drive down that bit of road near where you said you work, I keep looking out for your car, but I haven't seen you yet. I'm just reading through the messages and trying to find one that's relevant. Gigi says, I wasn't calling others hares. Sorry, I said a stupid by trying to help. You didn't say stupid, I just took the mick out of you. No, it makes sense. It's I don't know how it would translate into car stuff. You can do timed runs where you're not allowed to exceed certain speeds, or you've got to get checkpoints at certain times. Maybe that'd be a good one. How would we do that then? Without having people placed at each checkpoint. That's a thought. Well done on the Irish joke. Rob says, subscriber increases seems to be exponential. Plus videos of the big show seem to give a boost. Paul, Futu and Shedfest for me this year for sure. Don't get COVID next April. Yeah, I forgot all about that until you mentioned it the other day. You know you've just jinxed me now. Blackline says, are there any more meets at the Motorist this year? Well, there's always stuff going on. I mean, I could arrange one. I think the next one I'm trying to arrange, which I've literally written down. Started written down. Oh yeah, British Car Journey. 2 weeks on. Matt'll correct me if I'm wrong. Is it 2 weeks on Sunday? I think, or is it a week on Sunday? I can't bloody remember. There's an MG thing at the Great British Car Journey on a Sunday. It's either a week on Sunday or 2 weeks on Sunday. If anybody's interested, I might put that on as an event thing. I might do that. That might be the next next channel meetup. But yeah, there's all this stuff going on at Motorist. I keep meaning to go down of an evening because it always seems to get full of posers at weekend. Where are we now? Matt says, I think with YouTube you need to play your cards right. Yes. That was the whole reason I got them giant cards. So there's definitely sort of game showy bits, which is another thing that we should do when we rearrange the community meetup thing. Is have these little games that we can do and film and or do lives of them and stuff. I think that everybody getting together bit, it'll be quite a good idea. It's just the logistics of it. We need to sort out the logistics. Oh my god, it keeps cutting off. Pray for me, says Black Lions. I'm about to go late night food shopping now that it's all cooled down a bit. That's a good plan, actually. It has cooled down a bit, hasn't it? And it's gone a bit dark. I'm hungry again. Does anybody want to buy Margaret, by the way? I feel she's not getting used as much as she should do. And I really, I don't know. While I'm in the house, I think, oh yeah, I'll just get rid of her. I'll put an advert on and I'll get rid of her. And then when I come in here and I look at her, I think, oh, she's a lovely little car. Why should I get rid of her? If I can afford to keep them all, I should keep her. Don't tell Julie that though. Where are we? Blacklight says, Simon, why are you drinking Volkswagen Coolant? Because it's tastier than strawberry Vimto. But looks the same. Someone says 2 hours over the Peak District. I assume that's to Stoke-on-Trent. I think that's near where Carl lives, I think, ish. Might be wrong. I'm supposed to be reviewing his ZS when it's back, which I'm quite looking forward to because I think it'll be hilarious. Next Sunday, Matt says. He's sure it's the 17th, so yeah, that's a week. Yeah, a week on Sunday, isn't it? So not this Sunday, the week after. So I'll put that up as an event. I'll take Margaret, maybe, because it's an MG thing. And yeah, we should do that. We should have a go at that. That'll be a good thing. So look out for that being pimped out. I think there's a couple of people. I think Lloyd's going. I think Boaty's going. But yeah, if anybody else is going, that'll be cool. If not, it'll just be me sitting around talking to Matt in a car park and then going into canteen. Yeah, maybe. It's a nice place actually, British Car Journey, I think it's called, or British Motor Journey. There's quite a few cool stuff in it. You get little headsets in a player where you can scan codes on signs and it tells you about the cars and stuff. Community bullseye. I've got a dartboard. I don't know whether you can see it. You can't see it. I've got a dartboard over there. I ain't got any darts though. Ah, actually, and there is a community caravan that people can not win as well, isn't they? I'm just watching myself back on this picture and I've no idea what I'm flailing my arms around for. Simone says, Simon and Juju are 5 hours away from me. Yeah, 5 hours isn't too bad. Actually, I thought it were further than that. Well, you say, yeah, it's about... Oh, it is a bit further, isn't it? Yeah. No, it's about average for when we go to Julie's parents. I do that in a day, but it's like, I'm sure it's like 4 hours to Dover, I think. Matt says, yeah, we've got a guy in the Streetwise group who's in Scotland and he seems to be missing out on all the meetups. Backline says that MGTF is a lovely car, but you should drive it more. It is true. I would say ever since I've got Henny, I've just been concentrating on getting Henny up to scratch. And now she pretty much is. She just needs discs, pads and drop links. Yeah. I don't know, I don't use her much, that's the problem. I don't know what to do. I'm in a perplexing situation. Because if I kept her, I'd have a big car, a little car, and then when the 200's done, I'd have a medium car. What I should do is get rid of Civic and just drive around in old MG Rovers. See how that works out for me. I've just put a new battery onto it. When we got it, which is... When did the pandemic? That 2020. Whenever the pandemic were, we got that Civic literally the November before. And then a couple of weeks after buying it, it's got stop starting it and the stop start warning kept coming on. But I never used stop start anyway, so I just ignored it and just turned it off. But over the past couple of weeks, when I've come to start it, it's not seemed to fire up as as quickly as it would have normally. So I thought, well, I'll put a new battery on it. I know stop start don't work, but I'll put a new battery on it anyway. At least it's sorted. I put a new battery on it, and stop start works now. So it must have, for all that time, had a weak battery. Crazy. Where did we get to? Definitely take Margaret, says Matt. I need to put, right, remind me, I need to get an alternator belt, and I need to do that this weekend. Because she sometimes squeaks when you start it, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it squeaks and then stops really quickly. Sometimes it squeaks and just carries on squeaking for ages. And I think when I did put a belt on it a couple of years ago, I must have put a cheap one on. So I need to get a proper belt, clean pulleys, and then put it all back on again. Unless I put it too tight and just won't belt out. Where are we? Matt says there's also a McDonald's in Matlock. Just saying. Where are we talking about Matlock? Oh, that's where that museum is. Matlock. Matt says billion is what you could have won. It's a caravan. Yeah, there's a caravan and there's some cars as well that they could have won. And Rob extends his arm of creativity towards Matt and says, Matt, happy to do a joint video with you. Pingu says, in my opinion, Margaret needs a road trip to Cornwall via Brands Hatch. You know, one thing that I do want to do with Margaret is take her on that Harewood Hill climb. But I kind of want to do that in Henny as well, because Henny's the most unsuitable car ever. In fact, no, I don't want to do it in Margaret, because it'd just be depressing how slow she is. Whereas when Henny's slow, I know why. Simone says, looks like I will be doing a collab with Joe from Cars with JC. He lives in Cornwall. She says 2020 was the year of the pandemic. Yup. 20. Matt says, yes, go all MG Rover. Well, I've got to the bottom of the comments again, so let's go back to topics. See what crap I can think about talking about here. So, as us older folks get older, and this is something I've heard my dad say a couple of times, like maybe 3 cars ago, and it's not that old. What he said, this will be the last car I buy now. That's going to be a car he has until he carks it or until he stops driving. And I swear down, he said, I'm pretty sure he said that about he had a Picasso. Then he had a Peugeot 3008. And now he's got a C-Max. So he's at least 3 cars ago he said that. So I don't know where he got that from. But what car do you think will be the last car you drive? What car do you think you'll be driving when you get too old to drive, or when you're unable to drive because you're a corpse or something? What car will it be? Do you think you'll go down the route of getting something like a Honda Jazz, like smaller, automatic, easy to get in and out of, reliable? Or do you think you'll go down the route like you see old people on, like 1960 sports bikes, where they're really frail and stuff, but they're still yamming around in something quick? So what do you think you'd do? I suppose how much money you've got to spend on tax and insurance will be a thing, won't it, when you're old and retired? I honestly see myself when I retire in buying some sporty, because maybe I'll not need to use it all the time, or maybe I'll get something that's sporty and practical. I'll never ever go down the SUV or people carrier route. A fast estate car is about the closest I'll get to that. Yeah, what car do you think you'll be you'll be driving when you're old? Will you make it? Will you be something small, economical, cheap, or will it be a case of right? You're retired. You've got a bit of spare money. Hopefully, you've got a bit of spare money. You're going to buy something that you really like and just use it until it drops to pieces. What would you do? I still quite fancy a Mark II Cortina, but they're going to be silly. Well, they are silly money now. But I'd like a Mark II GT. Where did we get up to? Someone says Joe bought Michael Jackson. They're over 25. Yeah, I did a live stream with him, didn't I, on Boaty's thing, and we met up with him the Monday after as well. No, I met up with him that Monday, and he did that live stream. Was that on this? Oh my God, I'm going mental. Right, I did the live stream on the Monday with Joe, and we met up with him the day after. And at the yard as well. He's a nice enough guy. Yeah, I've some fun doing that. Matt says they seem to be okay. Oh, he's talking to Pingo about his brakes. Rob says, poor old boy. What did Julie say that was so funny? Oh yes, that was that. Pingo says, I always change discs and pads together. They're not expensive and make a noticeable difference. Yeah, to be honest, if you're going to put discs on, you might as well put pads on. There's no point in using new discs and old pads. That's just silly. Rob says, at the moment, I love MG ZTs as I can still just get into them, but I would love to grow old in a Rover 75. I have kept going for years. It's an interesting thing you say that. Like I've just said before, Henny's like my go-to car. And really, she shouldn't be, because she's like totally not the sort of thing that I normally like. But yeah, it's just when she's on motorway, she's just so easy just to blast out motorway with. Just when you come to going round roundabouts, and she's just like lollops all over the place. But it's just so easy going, so easy going. So yeah, I think that's why I'm using Jenny more than Margaret's. More fun, but the amount of potholes that you have to try and avoid because she jolts you about, and little noises that start coming from various bits of her that you like, oh, like the squeaky alternator belt. If that were on Henny or on a 200 or even on Civic, it'd be like take me 2 seconds just to have a quick look and see what needs doing, and then order bits and do it, because she's under the bloody middle of the car. It's a pain in the bum. It's a pain in the bum, I tells you. And this thing, one of the best things I bought. That, but again, not very practical in winter. Where am I going here? Matt is running one Rover and no breakdown cover. Brave or stupid, no need to answer, nor even them. That's something I was saying to Julie. I've got breakdown cover on Margaret, and I've got breakdown cover on Civic, because I was annoyed that like the cover all policy doesn't cover cars over a certain age, so I had to do a separate policy for Margaret. I can't remember whether I did one for Henny. And I need to make sure if I take Henny down south, I need to make sure that I've definitely got breakdown cover for it. Otherwise, I'll be running a risk. Simone says, by the time we're old, we won't be allowed to drive. Look at what they are doing to the people of that London. Won't be able to afford it. This is true. This is another facet to it. So, what, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, I mean, 40 years. 40, I'll be optimistic and say I've got 40 years driving left. Sounds like a lot, I bet it's not. 40 years. So, in 40 years' time, we're going to have not been selling, apparently, petrol and diesel cars for 20 odd, 30 years maybe. So everything's going to be electric. that's even resale value. Yeah, I think the car landscape is going to be very different, isn't it, at that time? I don't know. Maybe we're going to have a massive improvement in public transport, and people won't actually want cars anyway. Or maybe we'll not actually ever have to leave the house. Maybe we'll just be heads in jars. It'd be quite fun to be a head in a jar. Jimmy Quinn's here. Hi Jimmy, hope you're doing fantastically on this Thursday evening. Pingu said the last car I will drive will probably be my 420 GSI Tourer, as the brakes are not up to the speed, hence big boom one day. Have we had any more touring news about your Tourer, Rob? Because the year of the Tourer, it's running out. Stephen S. Paul says the over 70s seem to gravitate towards Pagani's and McLarens. I'd love to have a Morgan. That's one of the cars I'd like. Yeah, some of this looks bonkers. Oh, that's nice, Simone. Simone says, I hope I can keep TC when I'm old. I can't ever imagine you not having TC. I don't think there was a pre-TC Simone. I think Simone didn't exist until you bought TC, and then plump, then you were Simone. That's how it is in my brain anyway. Maybe that's not how it feels in your brain. That makes sense. Matt says I'd be changing the name of my car just to be safe, or sell it to a local coal company. About the time Michael had miners in him for a change. Dear. Pingu Concord. I must be getting old. I started to prefer driving a relaxed automatic. See, I've always said to my dad, I can't stand automatic cars. They're not as engaging as manual cars, which is I still hold true. I still hold true to that point of view. But yeah, the thing with Henny is it is relaxing, and you know she's not rapid anyway. Like I don't think there'd be any point in I don't even know whether they did him in having like one of the higher powered ZTs as an automatic, because it just sucks the power out of them. But yeah, in a Rover 75, I think that's what I like about Henny. She's quite evidently slow, sluggish, and wobbly, but she's got funky wheels on, and she looks like she's the atypical mutton dressed up as lamb. If that makes sense. You know what I mean. She's like a granny wearing trainers. Mike keeps forgetting to renew his breakdown cover. Not good. Pingu says any car bought from Boaty needs breakdown cover. To be honest, Pingu, that was one of the things. Well, that wasn't. But when I took it for the MOT, I was like, "What are we going to find here?" And strangely, not much. Rob says, part of me thinks that in 30 years' time, petrol cars will still rule because there's no viable alternative. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Rob, because see, right, let me think about this. I would hope that what we come up with is an alternative fuel to fossil fuels that still run in combustion engines. That's probably the dream. If not, what I'd like to see, and it's not even the same, so it's still not a perfect solution, but something where you can take the engine out, put a big electric motor in, and have a hydrogen powered electric car. That's probably the next best thing on there. But batteries are definitely not the way to be going. And any fool knows that they've got so many limitations. It's not an alternative, it's a different approach. It's definitely not an alternative, Where did we get up to? Pingu says to Matt, you can have the Codfather if you want, once I've improved it to a reliable state. That car, Codfather, would actually suit Matt, to be honest. Yeah, I could see Matt driving Codfather. That could be your second car of your fleet, Matt. Juju says, when are we going troll hunting again? Good question. Good question. Yeah, I've been a bit out of the troll hunting thing, haven't I? I think I'm burning myself out doing stuff for YouTube. Matt says, ooh, troll hunting, good plan. And then he says, does Henny need breakdown cover or counselling? Probably a bit of both, to be honest. HJ had been neglected for a long time from the state of it. I think, yeah, I can imagine that being a thing, to be honest, Pingu, because I suppose when you're trying to run a fleet of cars on no money, there's gonna be things that are gonna be left. I mean, I don't know how long he had HJ for before he sold him on. Because I thought Henny was like the first or second one he got, and he got was it April last year he got her? Or was it before? I can't bloody remember. Oh dear. Yeah, so I can imagine if you've got that many cars and not much money coming in, there's always going to be problems in there, and corners cut and things that should be done really not being done because you just don't have the funds for it. And I'd hate to put myself in a situation where, like, I've got three cars, nearly 4 now, and to be honest, I shouldn't really have that many. I don't need 3 toy cars and a main car, so I should sort something out for that. But I wouldn't have them if I knew I couldn't afford to keep them all running, the ones that are on the road anyway. Like, I'd hate to not have enough money to keep Margaret taxed and MOT'd and insured, because what's the point in just having something sat around that you're not using? And I think I've already kind of reached my limit having 2 toy cars at the moment, because Margaret don't get used that much and Henny gets used all the time. But Henny's kind of just, I think it's because Henny's more practical. I can just stick everything in a boot and that's it. Whereas Margaret, you've got to, if you wanted to go anywhere, you've got to jigsaw what you need to take with you, rather than just a blast round, which is what she's used for. Simone says, I quite like the idea of hydrogen powered cars and synthetic fuels to keep old cars on the road. Exactly, Simone. Like, I don't have a problem with electric cars. I have a problem with batteries. That's the that's the weak link in there. So electric cars are super cool because they've got a better power delivery. They've got less parts, so they don't wear out as much. They don't need servicing as much. It's the batteries that kill that concept. So yeah, hydrogen powered electric cars are far better. You can fill them up faster, and it's just a better way of doing it. Yeah, and synthetic fuels, that would be good. Yeah, I like that idea. Pingu says, troll or hubnut hunting. There's a video idea. I feel sorry for Hubnut, actually. I don't know whether anybody's seen his latest GSA, his Giselle video, but that car just looks like one hell of a nightmare. And I don't know, it's the one they bought sight unseen, weren't it, when they were in New Zealand or Australia before he got home. I wouldn't have done that. Looked bloody horrible anyway when you see it on videos. Inside looked manky. It don't look like it's been done right. In 40 years' time, man, dwarf, and elf will live in peace and harmony. Oh, we can only hope. Simone says Hubnut needs to get rid of the moustache. I didn't even notice he'd got a moustache. Crankcase says, oh, Ernest's here. All right, Ernest. Mother has gone down working men's club, so I'm treating myself and joining this chat thing. What a lie night for me. I don't know what that means, but welcome, Ernest, and I hope you enjoy the general chit chat that we've got going on here. This phone's got 61% left. I don't know how much that one's got left. I'm going to have a look. Oh, I've no idea. It doesn't tell me on there. Well, knock the drink over. If it just stops transmitting, then we know battery's gone flat. Where did we get up to? There we go. Over a year, I think. I don't know what that's a response to. Mullet hunting. To be honest, I'd have a mullet if I could be bothered. Imagine the tax bill, PA. Exactly, mate. It's just too much. It's just, to me, it's like right, having 7 or 8 cars for me. I'd need to have somewhere to store them that I didn't have to have them insured and taxed all the time. So there could be things I've got that I'm not necessarily using, like collector's things, like having guitars. Like I think I'm down to 6 now. I've got 6 guitars, but if for a guitar, for example, I had to pay tax and insurance for it, I'd only have 1 or 2. I wouldn't have 7 because I'm not 6 or 7 because I'm not using them all the time. So it'd have to be a collection thing to me, and it just doesn't seem practical unless if you're paying out insurance and tax, and you're not using more than half of them most of the time. Yeah, I couldn't work it. It personally wouldn't work for me. Where are we? Ernie says it's nice to be able to join. I dare say some folks do live streams in the middle of the night, like 11 p.m. It's true, Ernest. You should have a look at some. And there's one, Boaty's World. He does streams 10 o'clock on a Monday, 11 o'clock on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But you can watch him on replay afterwards. But I wouldn't let your mum watch him because I think yesterday. What did it start off yesterday? There was some subject that it started off about. I can't even remember what it were now. Oh, that right, wanking while you're driving. There you go. That's not something I'd particularly bothered about watching people talk about. So, but some people find that sort of thing funny. But have a go, Ernest. See what you reckon. Matt says, then the time comes when an MOT goes overlooked it or costs too much. Nightmare. Yeah, exactly. The more stuff you've got that you need to keep insured and taxed in MOT, the harder it must be to keep on top of it. Oh, Simone's off. Take care, Simone, and I shall see you soon. I'll definitely PM you before the end of this week because I'm going to start looking at places to stay on what days and stuff. So I need to see what best day for you. Juju says if Life 360 is correct, you've got about 37% battery. Oh, I forgot about that. Thank you, Juju. Pingu says I have too many cars but only use one properly on the road each month and then alternate to keep running costs down. That makes sense. Pingu. But you've got like land that you can keep them off road, haven't you? I think. I might be wrong. Mark's here, Bad Books. Evening all, he says, belatedly. Greetings, Mark. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, a bit late, but that's alright. I've just been talking nonsense, really, and just having a nice community chat. And we've got 16 people in, which is nice. If any, I'm gonna pinch Rob's way of doing live streams. If any of you 16 people haven't spoken on the chat yet, please do, because the more people that I know are here and I can interact with, the more I can get to know people. And you don't have to be car people. We don't only talk about cars. Today I've been talking about mental and heart stuff at the beginning, and just wanting to take a break away from sort of negativity that's found in places, and just have a nice chat with nice folks. Matt says good night to Simone, and then Pingy says I think Boaty had HJ for around a year. Okay. Yeah, that's probably about right. How are you finding HJ now? Is he sort of in full form? Mark says, I've been watering the Outlaws' garden as they are caravanning. Oh, that's nice of you, Mark. And Matt says, in other words, can someone else put meat up because it's not fair on Simon? Ernie says, having HJ for a whole year sounds fun at first, but surely it would chafe after a while. Oh dear. Ernest, I think you're getting your wires crossed there, young man. Oh, I've turned chat off. How have I done that? What a pudding. Oh, I've also got it on top messages, not all messages. Oh, what an amateur. Yes, I have off-road parking with 7 cars and can just about fit 3 small cars in the garage you built. That's good. That's the kind of ideal situation, isn't it? Where you can have things and you don't necessarily need them to be roadworthy to have them on there. Oh dear. Well, is while we're in the garage, is there anything anybody wants me to show them, or any questions they want to ask, or I don't? It's just a garage, really. I don't know why I'm asking. Garages aren't that exciting, are they? As usually said, I hope you feel keen to do troll hunting again soon because I like it, and also the troll hunting season starts when car shows season ends. This is true. This is true. And if anybody's paid any attention to the troll information that's out there, you'll know that sort of trolls prefer sort of colder months, and particularly the months that you tend to get more mist and fog around because it's easier for them to move about unseen. The only drawback, and it's not that much of a drawback around here to be honest, is when it snows. Sometimes it can be difficult to sort of hide their footprints if it's quite deep snow, but it's not normally that deep of snow anyway. So yeah, you're right. Usually we should start doing it again. Now it's getting more. Well, it's like 1,000,000 degrees, but now it's getting towards troll season. We've not done the trolls by the beach one yet. I need to look into trolls and the sea and what that connection is. Mark says lots of swallows flying over our house earlier this evening. Googled, and they are restless and getting ready to migrate to Africa for the winter. Ah. Pingu says, naughty boy Ernest, HJ is still being used as my wife's daily and running okay, but the engine is still knocking a lot and the clutch is on its last legs. Matt said it would be great to get some troll footage. They did it with Bigfoot. Maybe you'll get lucky. Well, I keep trying, don't I, Matt? I keep trying. I mean, I got some troll sounds. I didn't capture them myself. I got them from somewhere else and used them. Mark says, have you got a garage Hoover? I have 2 Dysons I rescued and a little wet and dry vac which plugs into the chop saw. Oh, that's a good idea. I kind of and yes and no for that. I bought a wet vac the other day, which is actually I should have done a video on that. Basically, if you've ever seen Henrietta, her boot was filthy. It was like they must have. I kept saying they must have used her as like a tradesman's van, but I think all they did was use it to move dogs. The carpet, it was literally like a browny tan colour, and it was just hard. So I spent ages where I've got some car shampoo and a bucket of water and a scrubbing brush and just scrubbing all the carpets and letting them soak and then scrubbing them again and wet vacuuming them out and stuff. And now she's so much nicer inside. She's like gone up about 1,000,000 levels of environment inside. It smells like carpet shampoos. It smells clean. The carpets in the boot are all fluffy and nice. I've not even done the carpets in the car bit. I only did the boot, and it's just improved everything. So I do have a carpet, a vacuum cleaner for the garage, but I don't keep it in the garage. I keep it in the house because there's no bloody room in here. I need to get rid of that mountain bike and all. Oh, there's so much stuff in here. Now we've got 2 lawnmowers as well, because I bought another lawnmower. We've got an old one. I need to bin all this stuff. Stephen S. Paul, trolls also like living under bridges. This is true. We should go out, Ujudge, and do a troll bridge series as well, where we spot famous bridges where trolls could be seen hanging out. Pinker says, tiny cottage but plenty of car space, hence why I moved here. It's a good plan. Ujudge is there with the battery update, 33%. I need to go to bed soon anyway, so I'll finish it in a bit. Pingu says, once HJ's engine gives up, I have a spare 1.8K series to put in. Handles very well though. That's like what Carl Davis were going to do to his. He's got a Wedgwood Blue 45, and he were going to put that one a 1.8 135 engine there. But I think he's given up on that idea. I think he's just going to get rid to get some money back. I think he's going to use that money to spend on his ZS or something. I can't remember. But yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, I think Carl's ZS is just the nicest thing I've seen. Ernest's off now. He says, bye now. I'm off to have my pre-bed hot milk. Good night, Ernest. Thank you for dropping by. It's been a pleasure seeing you there. Priorities of a corner. Exactly, Pingu. And everybody says good night to Ernest. Well, while Ernest is going, as I say, I've got to be up at 5 tomorrow. So I'm gonna head off myself, actually. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to say bye to each other on there. But thank you for joining. As I say, I've been feeling a bit about the whole YouTube thing, and it's nice to have a chat with nice people. To have people be generally civil and come up with nice conversations and stuff. Sometimes it just feels like you get stuck in a bit of a groove, and maybe the record in that groove isn't your record, so you just want to make a bit of a change. You go for something different on there. So yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll let you all say good night to everybody on there. Yeah, and I need to take them wheels off of there because I'm not entirely certain that they should be alright. They'll be right. I'll leave them ones up there and them two down there. But yeah, I need Kevin to take them tyres off them rims because the tyres are all knackered, so there's no point in me keeping hold of them. But that might happen in Tuesday because last Tuesday was supposed to be the day Jenny went to the MOT station to see exactly what we need to do to her. Well, that got put off. It's going to be next Tuesday. So next Tuesday I'll get Kevin to take them tyres off them rims, if he'll be so kind. And then I can bring them back and store them ready for when Jenny's got her MOT, she's had her body work done, she's on the road as a usable car, and then I can rip her off the road, do her up, and reveal it to the world. Maybe, now then, what, we're in October, no, September, October, November, December. See, I reckon the stuff that I'm going to do to Jenny once she's ready for me to work on her, there's only one thing that I'll not be able to do myself, hopefully, and that's put lowered suspension on her. So that'll have to be a Kevin job. But I reckon everything else that I'm going to do, I can pretty much do myself. It shouldn't take that long, so that should be quite a condensed amount of videos for a series. I'm thinking out alive here. Out loud. So thank you everybody, yeah. Take care everyone. Have fun. Don't go too bonkers tomorrow. It's the weekend coming up. Have a good weekend, and I shall see you Monday. I'm gonna hold myself to it. I shall see you Monday for a Kahoot quiz. So keep your eye out on the Facebook page or Facebook group. I'll try. It's like limited to 11 people. If it becomes popular and more than 11 people keep wanting to join, I'll pay for the upgrade to Kahoot so we can get more people to join. But yeah, leave that with me. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, thank you very much for joining. It's been a pleasure speaking to all you lovely people, and I shall see you on Monday for Quiz J Parade and general nonsense, probably. So thank you. Excuse the unprofessionalism as I walk towards the camera this time and press the X button there, and then OK there, and then it should stop after a while.